It's only cosmetic.
I just wanted to see how long you're gonna look at the roof.
I'm just looking for more holes.
One over there.
There's two right there. I mean, bang, bang.
We're rolling, by the way.
Oh, is that right? All right.
We're going off-road, way back off the highway, head out the window with the head cocked sideways, chrome stack blowing black to the skyway, put on some Hank, let's crank it like it's Friday. Off-road, way back off the highway, head out the window with the head cocked sideways, chrome stack blowing black to the skyway, throw on some Hank, let's crank it like it's Friday.
Welcome to Corn-Fed Off-Road. I'm Lincoln. These are my friends. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Hubble.
I'm Colton.
And today we're gonna kind of make this the Hubble episode, or the Hubble Jeep episode, because Shrek here was also involved with his deal. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with rig updates. Take it away, Jeremy.
Alright, so last video I told you about the goodies I got, the lower control arms and the 1-ton crossover steering. I did get that on. You've seen the video of the lower control arms and the 1-ton crossovers to come. And sometime.
It's in the queue.
I did have a mechanical issue last week. End up alternator going bad on the way to work, so got that fixed. So that's all I've got.
How's it going? All right. Before we jump into the main topic, do you have any rig updates?
Oh no, mine's still on the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's where she lives.
That's where she lives. Some people have jack stands they live on. So, I mean, you know, if yours at least is comfortably on a trailer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if I could get all the other junk out of my garage, it'd probably be on Jackson's.
I see what you're working on. You want to tell them about that? Go ahead.
Yeah. Building a 03 Super Duty, doing a 4-inch lift, flatbed, 513 gears, lockers.
Not wheeling it.
No.
I'm going to put all this trouble into the gears and the axles.
It'll pull a trailer like a champion.
Is that the whole
Yeah, that's the whole
trailer
thing.
or trail?
Yeah. That, and, you know, buddy calls at 2 o'clock in the morning, hey, I'm in a ditch. I can go take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were telling me you have a rig.
No.
You mentioned something. What you got?
78 K20.
Anything done to it?
Not yet.
What's your plan?
Well, I'm trying to put my stroker motor in the SM465 and heat sock me in the 36s, but I'm going to put dualies on it and go one step farther.
That looks sick.
Dual Q78s.
That looks sick.
She's got a flatbed on her, and I got a radius cut in the back for the swampers.
And you said this is in your truck already? The motor and all that?
Oh, well, no, it was last night.
Yeah, it wasn't just it was 5 minutes ago.
Hey, everything's got a price tag.
Yeah, our price tag's not up there.
Well, it was in there last night, and then I found out that the oil pump rod was missing, so then I had to pull it back out, take the oil paint off, and put another oil pump in it.
Our price tags are normally yellow with Sharpie written on them, like 99 cents, clearance items. That's my jam.
I guess that leaves me.
That leaves you.
I had a coolant issue in the last episode of this we did, and I changed the thermostat finally. Don't really want to talk about that.
And it kicked your ass.
It did kick my ass. It kept leaking around that bottom bolt. I couldn't figure it out.
RTV's your friend.
That would have been nice to know prior
Yeah.
to doing this whole
Yeah.
thing, because I'm like, oh, do I need anything, other than a gasket? Nope, you're
RTV's your
good.
friend.
So I get it all back together, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm putting the glass bolt in, which there's only 2. So I'm putting the other bolt in. And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm like, fuck. So I fought it and finally took it all the way back apart, put a new gasket in, put it all back together, and it was good. I'm like, hell yeah, no leaks. And then it starts bubbling in the reservoir.
Head guessing.
You might have said that once or 200 times. So, at this point, I've been told it could be a water pump because the impeller could be broke off or whatever. I've heard it could be a air pocket, which is a very, very minimal chance of that. And I've also heard,
Head guessing.
so I don't know what to do at this point. I first off need to look at it. I haven't even looked at it. I walk by it every day going to work, and that's about it. So that's my rig update, is parked. It doesn't sit on a trailer because I don't have a trailer, but if it did, it would be sitting on a trailer.
Hey, I can sell you one of those too.
I don't have a truck to pull it. You just see the truck. That's another update we'll have to do sometime, because Jeremy told me, we're going to have to do a rig update. Okay. No, your truck update. No. I guess I also had the daily. The daily, it had a battery issue for about a week, and I was told it was an alternator, and I was told it was this, I was told it was that. It was battery. Shut up. So, my daily's going again, so now that's one of 3 vehicles that I didn't have. I had 2 vehicles, I was down to 0 vehicles, and now I'm back up to at least 1. Thank you, Jeremy. Anyway, the Hall Wheelin. Let's jump into the Hall Wheelin trip. So, that was shit.
3 weeks ago?
It's been a little bit now. We were trying to get Hubble in on the last episode to do the Hall Wheelin episode, but I forgot to text you.
Actually, you did text me, but
Oh, I did. I said, hey, I'm on the way, and it was to come here. And he's like, dude,
Did you get
I'd really like to take my pants off. So are you coming or are you not? So that's why Hubble wasn't here, was because I'm an idiot. And by the way, I'm going to post a picture right now of the tripod setup we got going on, because I've also forgot that shit. So I'm losing it, guys. I brought a table to set the iPad on to run the camera, but I don't have the software on the iPad anymore, so we'll get this shit figured out sometime. Hopefully soon. Unless we just stop doing this, and then they're like, thank God. So, the Hall Wheelin trip, it was a few weeks ago. For those of you that don't know, it used to be kind of cool, but what is this, the 4th annual that they had?
something like that.
And I went to the first one. I didn't go to any of them other than this last one. And the first one, they had groups come out and decorate a few different places along some of the easier trails till you got to the main drag strip now. And anybody, I mean, I've seen minivans out there, Explorers, just anything could drive down these trails at that time. I don't think I'd take a minivan out there,
No.
at least the first part. And I didn't really see a whole lot of decorations this year.
No, I didn't see really anything.
But anyway, it's they didn't even set up the Hall of Wheelin sign up, or else you guys probably would have seen that and maybe used the runway and not done what we're about to talk about.
Right.
So,
What's the fun in that?
No, it is still out.
oh, I know. So this year with the whole COVID deal, I think that everybody kind of held back on doing a whole lot of anything, and I'm pretty sure the Hall of Wheelin trip was probably one of them. But then Indiana kind of lightened up on the COVID, so I think they gave it the green light. But the state went red, so I mean it was still kind of iffy. It's still iffy today. Anyway, we got the green light for the Hall of Wheelin trip. I was out there a little earlier in the day, ran into these 2 dudes, and I don't even know where you were at. Where were you at? How come you didn't go?
I don't remember. I've slept since then.
It's been a minute. Jeremy didn't go. I went with another buddy in his side-by-side, and then he ended up leaving, so then I thought it was a good idea to take my Jeep out. I didn't even air down. I was out there aired up to 35 pounds. I'm like, I forgot all about it. So, ran into him. He went and hit car body, which I will insert right here. along with Levi. Right here. You'll see it. And they kind of went their separate way from where me and my buddy went. And then later on in the evening, I seen them again. Then they disappeared. And you really can't call each other out at Redbird because either you leave your phone in the truck or the service is shit. So I couldn't get a hold of him. And when I finally did hear back from him, he had told me something, and we'll let him take it from here, I guess.
So, just a little bit after dark, we met up with everybody at the bottom power line, and
Because that was where it was going down that night.
yeah,
Everybody, literally.
Yeah.
But everybody that was like Party Central,
we
right there.
we watched some guys try to climb it, struggle on it. So I told him to harness up, and we started putting on a clinic in low life, and pretty well on the last line you can climb on it. We rolled it like 3 times,
And I will try to insert that right here.
and yeah, that was pretty well a night ender.
It wasn't violent, though.
You should have been there.
But I'm just saying from like an outside point of view, it wasn't as violent as it could be.
It was definitely the best case scenario. The way it went, it could have been a lot worse.
Right.
It went at an angle instead of straight back.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching that and I was talking to the other guy and I'm like, man, he didn't do anything that he wouldn't do any other time and rolls it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually climbed that line before.
Well, you were beating on it earlier in the day, and I mean, I've seen that from the top of it. It's just not a trail that's used very often, so therefore it's not.
Yeah,
It's not easy.
it just
Therefore,
stays
it's.
loose
I know
and
that's
shitty.
right. I know that's what you're not going for is easy.
Yeah.
by all means. But I mean, you did something that other people weren't willing to try.
No, nobody else even thought.
No.
I
And
personally love XJ people because they're WFO.
that's
all
what
the
you
time.
said. That's what you said, man. I mean, I like their style of, like send it, which
Yeah.
I'm cool with, but be respectful about it. Like,
Care Factor Zero is always fun.
like I ran into another group, and they were just trail blocking. Like they would just make a parking lot out of a.
Yeah.
Trail.
Yeah, we found
I
a couple.
don't like that. That's actually why we got out of the woods and went to power line at the night ride, because with all the flashy lights, it was more like a gay pride parade than a trail day.
Climb a hill, wait for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stopping and going. Even, I don't know, we ended up following a few, just trying to go from point A to point B. I ran into another buddy, and it was just trying to go from point A to point B. It was like stop, 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 and every stop it was like a 30-minute conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, I want to just go. Like that's why when we went to Attica, we got out in the quarry, and the very first thing we did, we stopped. It was just the very first thing. He looks at me, he's like, what are we doing? I was like, I can tell you what I'm going to do. We jumped back in the Jeeps and we took off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed a lot of cool footage that we could have got, but we went and had a good time rather than talking.
We went to Wheel. We went to get some footage, but the main reason we went up there to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-hour drive. It's not just down the road like Redbird.
Yeah, I understand completely. When I went up there and busted that axle shaft, I dodged off and went and done my own thing for an hour and a half and
Right.
looked for an axle shaft, and then I was like, okay, I guess we'll go back.
Yeah. No,
Three-wheel drive is no fun when you're rolling with everybody on 40s and mockers. I mean, two-wheel drive is even
33s.
worse, but,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. The hollow wheeling could have went a little bit better, I guess. As far as how they set it up and stuff.
Alright, so what's messed up on the Jeep after the wall?
Yeah.
So, after looking at it pretty good, it actually was violent enough it popped the upper ball joint out on the driver's side.
Damn.
It actually pressed it out of the sea. I don't know if the spindle's bent or not. We haven't got that far. Bent a body mount. Thank God the cage worked.
Yes.
No kidding.
Bent the tub on the rear passenger side a little bit.
I will say the cage could have been a little bit taller, but
The body
All of
armor.
us are 8 foot tall.
The body armor done its job. No dents, but it
They tweaked it.
folded some stuff over about an inch.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
That's
But other than that, the track bar is the only thing that like kept it down. It bent a wheel,
yeah. I seen that and you said you
And-
fixed it. What'd you do?
just beat it back out with sledgehammer.
That's what he figured.
Yeah. 3M black weather stripping adhesive is the best stuff on the planet. It actually bent the wheel away from the tire, and the rest of the tire stayed on the bead from
I
the
thought you
roll.
said. I thought you said that, but I couldn't. I was like,
Yeah, the rest of the tire stayed on the bead from the roll to flipping it back over, dragging it to the other side of the power line where we changed the tire.
wow. Not bad.
Yeah.
So you said not to waste money on B-blocks.
Not running radials, no. If you're not going to air down under 10 pound, I would glue the piss out of them and run up.
Yeah.
Which with the radial, there's no reason to go under 10 pound.
Right. I went wheeling with a guy one time, and he normally ran at 10 to 12. He's like, I want to try 8. 8's when he popped it off the beat.
Mhm.
So, and he said, I
But he
don't
probably
think
wasn't glued either, so I mean, that makes a difference.
it was Aaron.
Well, I know that.
Right.
Probably didn't glue the bead.
He's got KMCs now. I don't think it was because of that. I think he just wanted new wheels. But I also,
He wanted an excuse to get B-blocks.
if that's all it takes, then
I mean, I know, God. I've never popped a tire off the bead. I got bead locks.
Because you don't want to be that guy.
Exactly, that guy sucks real bad.
oh great, now we're blocking the trail.
Don't worry, let me drag out every tool I own. We'll get you back going.
There's a damn Cherokee up there. What's going on?
Actually, the last time I was with somebody that popped a tire off the bead, no. Time before last, I was with somebody that popped a tire off the bead. We didn't even have a jack, so we lodged 2 logs under the rear end
Yeah.
to get the tire up off the ground, cleaned the mud out with all the water we had in our coolers, and then ethered it. And didn't have any way to air it up, so just the
Nice.
air from the ether limped it back to the parking lot where we could air it back up. Since then, I've got onboard air and a CO2 tank and ether.
I asked you about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be just as much to make my own that it is to buy a new one.
Right.
I don't know. We'll figure something out when it comes to it. I don't need air yet.
I mean, you could do what I done the first time, convert your air compressor over.
I don't have AC in that thing.
Yeah, but a bolt on.
I'm just saying, I don't have AC, so I don't
Yeah.
see why we couldn't. You have AC?
I do have AC.
AC.
But he's got a 4-cylinder, so he has no power to turn it.
This is true. This is true.
I have power to turn it, but when it comes to trying to find the hill with the AC on, it makes it little
It's a
challenge.
nitrous button.
Get them hamsters going. Cattle prod the little hamsters. Yeah.
Well, hopefully here in the next couple months,
Gear reduction is your friend.
it'll be a different beast.
Gear reduction is your friend.
Windsor will fix that problem too.
We're not putting Ford shit in our junk to make an even bigger junk. Other than a rear end.
Ain't it cool, buddy?
I actually agree with that.
I rolled one down power line, it's still perfect. They're pretty tough.
And it's not trust either.
And it's not trucks.
You know, I want to, we're not going to do it today, but I almost want to do a series for these guys on a budget build, because every time you bring up budget build, everybody's like, they throw in their 2 cents on, oh, I do this, do this, do this. And it's mainly weld the rear end in an XJ, send it down the road. We had this conversation on our Facebook page the other day on budget builds. You get $5 grand and you get 1 week. The common answer was an XJ. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm not picking on you. and you know I'm not picking on you because I didn't shout you out or call you out, but you know we had a few on there that actually gave a legit answer, and you know, one of them was K30, and he was gonna bob the bed, so you might have an idea on who that might have been, and you know he had a legit answer.
Yeah.
You know everybody else was like XJ, do this, send it. It's like, is that even tapping into your $5,000 budget? But I think that was also including the buy of the vehicle, so I can get that. But if you're buying a $4,000 XJ, you're an idiot to begin with. Sorry, guys.
Might be really nice.
If it's really nice, I'm not taking it off road. I'm going to take it to the store with my family. No, I'm just kidding. I'd probably bash the windows out of it. But it probably has AC as well, so I'd be that guy.
I would just want to find this mythical K30 that you can buy and build for
I don't-
$5,000.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen a K30. If I have, then, you know, I didn't know it was a K30. But, I don't know. It'd be cool.
Well, everybody that's got a K30 for sale knows it's got a $1,000 60 in the front. So,
But it just depends on the body around it.
well, yeah, but you got a 60 and
So
a
he's got a
14
$500
volt.
truck and a $1,000.
You got 60, a 14 volt, probably a 205, probably a 400 turbo, a running small block, big block. We're gonna say small block because the big block truck's out of the equation.
Right.
I mean, that in parts is $2,800.
Heck, I'm doing good then. I traded a junk Toyota for my K20.
You got a basket case. We're talking about something you get in and drive it home.
Oh, you
Yeah.
could have drove mine home.
You got a week to build it.
You got a week to build it, so.
Don't challenge me.
No. Yeah.
I got a stroker motor and all the parts at my house.
You see, the conversation went, you get $5,000 in 1 week. So
What are you doing?
basically, I mean, I didn't make any rules up. Just those were the two things. So I mean, if you got the shit in your garage already, it's like, shit, give me $5,000, I'll finish my project.
I got hell whenever I said,
I
Because
just,
there's no legit answer.
but I just feel like that's cheating.
It
Like,
is cheating.
if
In
it
a
was
way.
like,
like you said, there's no rules.
There was no rules,
So-
you're right. But I made him come up with an answer because XJ was the common answer, and I said I want a real answer because he also said
Is that
XJ.
not a real answer?
actually, I said a ZJ.
Okay.
Because I like V8 power.
We're all the damn same.
No replacement for displacement. No.
The
Anyway,
XJ would technically be an easier build because it's already got the high pinion 30 in the front.
I get it. I get. Once again, easy for Indiana.
Right, right. Yeah.
But no, I made him come up with an answer because we were talking prior to posting the conversation, I think, and you said,
Explorer. 2-door V8 Explorer.
which you don't see anywhere.
No. Nobody gives
Anywhere.
him any love, but I think it would be awesome.
It's probably because of the round blue circle on
Yeah, they're probably scared of it.
the hood. That's
Scared of
that's it.
Can't be scared of power though.
Well, what? Okay, I'm probably gonna stick my neck out here too far. But you see a lot of cookie cutter builds. People buy a Wrangler, an XJ, a ZJ, a Samurai, and they order the same shit everybody else has got because they know it works. And
But-
they know it bolts on. And
Then
they
why
can,
wouldn't you though?
they can do it in the weekend. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying. Is why
Wrangler
wouldn't you?
guy right here.
I know. I'm not calling you out. I'm just
But
saying.
there's not very many people that actually look at something else outside of the norm and think, man, with
I
just a
agree.
little bit. You got to figure them things had, yeah, they had a twin I-beam front suspension, but they're already coil sprung.
Right.
And with very little work, you could put a box Bronco axle under it. You could put a high pinion 30 under it.
Yeah.
If you got the time and the money to find one, you could put a TJ44 under it. It's already got an 8.8 in the rear, which we all know and love. So, I mean, it would be a pretty easy build, but
Right.
just nobody seems to go that way. I've seen a few of them set up like pre-runner shit when I was in Cali, just because they were 2 doors of V8s, and They can leave the independent in the front,
Right.
run piss out of it, that's
Yep.
fine.
No,
But
I'd say that's where you're going to see a majority of it, because you're watching Terra Crew on YouTube. You know, you'll see an Explorer running around the background. Or,
well, Hoonigan,
yeah,
they just done one not long ago.
that was pretty.
I
good.
think it was a V6 Explorer though.
But what was the other thing they did?
An XJ.
2-door XJ. That thing was sweet.
There's a 2-door Explorer sitting in Sullivan for sale.
And the other cool thing is that the V8s in the Explorers already have like the GT40 style intake on them, and they got the GT40P heads on them. So with cam swap, you know, they make pretty good power.
I think the one's Sullivan's a 6-cylinder though. We don't say V8 on the side.
See, that's not cool.
V8's not cool. The V6 is good. V8 is cool. So what's your real answer then? If you were to have to, if you were forced to use that $5,000 on something else, what would it be?
Realistically, there's nothing that I can think of besides an XJ.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you're
we'll get
getting,
into the
if there's a gun to your head, everybody is gonna say XJ, because that's the only thing that they can
Well,
say.
I'd say 2-door XJ.
I wouldn't honestly mind owning, outside of having a $5,000 competition, which we still need to find that dude that's gonna hand out $5,000 to
Right.
me and my friends.
Right. Yeah, I got a guy, you know.
But you know, there was a clean one at the whole Wheelin. It was red. I don't like red, so I'd have to budget in a repaint, but it was sharp.
That black one at Attica.
The red one at
Oh,
Hall
yeah.
Windland, was it the 4-cylinder one?
I don't know.
Guy I know from Hudson.
He was in one of them groups.
Oh, no, it wasn't him then.
I think he was smoking weed too. 'cause
No,
it
it definitely wasn't
it
him.
was-
The guy I know from Hudsonville, I helped him build that Samurai buggy. He sold it, idiot, and bought a 2-door XJ, which I was like, cool, I can rock this. It's a 4-cylinder 5-speed.
I'd rock it for a minute,
I mean,
and then like if I had another vehicle, you know, like a budget of, can I dump a 4.0 in here?
if you're going to that length, why put a 4.0?
What's your point? I'm not putting a Windsor in anything.
I would.
Windsor.
But,
Fine, 460.
well, I mean,
Maybe a 5.0.
if you think about it, if you just want to go complete crazy, a 4.0 is the exact same length from harmonic balancer to flywheel as a 454 Chevy. So if you can put a 4.0 in it, you can literally put anything you want in it. You go small block, you go V6, a 4.3 swap.
What are you gonna have to put under the front end to hold a big motor like that?
No, I wouldn't put a big block in it, but you could. I mean, what I'm saying is your
You
options
can
are
also
100
smoke meth, but you don't.
your
have
options
to.
are 100% unlimited. So why would you just stop at a 4.0 at 190 horse? If you're already
Why
going
wouldn't
through,
you just go ahead and
if
just?
you're already going through a fuel system, a cooling system, a transmission, a transfer case, and drive shafts, why not put something in that makes a cool noise? You do a 4.8.
2JZ.
You could do a 2JZ. I've actually seen one. It's pretty awesome. It's on tons and 40s.
That'd be cool. I'm not a tuner guy by any means, but
No, but
That-
a 2JZ has my respect.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Seen a Toyota on Facebook not too long ago, where he was across the pond, and this dude was in some nasty mud.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that guy was awesome.
Yeah.
Just getting through there, I'm like, okay, Tokyo Drift in the mud.
Now, there's a video on YouTube of that TJ with the 2JZ. Yeah, that motor
That one.
with a big turbo on it. It was pretty badass.
But then you're getting into a whole different.
Well, I get that.
What I mean is like, you know, right now, realistically, we're putting all of our money under the Jeep, trying to get the thing to crawl slow. Because you spend a lot of money to crawl and go slow, but except for you like to go fast and.
Yeah.
Then you break shit.
Yeah.
Hey, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
But there's no good stories that start out with,
I was
hey,
crawling and parking.
we were hanging out on the easy trails.
I don't know. I've got a
When you
whole
got
damn-
Hubble
I've
in the
got
back 40.
I've got a whole channel based on easy trails.
When you have people that actually like cross the trails because they hear you banging gears on rev limiter and they want to see what's going on.
You haul ass down those easy trails to figure out what the hell is
That
going
is
on.
right.
Say, we were in the back corner playing on those hills, and we were gonna make our way to power line, and you just hear, it's like Sasquatch. You know when you, in the movies, you hear Sasquatch just hoot out of nowhere, and you're like, what was that? It was Van Horn's buggy. You just hear this thing go nuts, and it's like, where is he?
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Yeah.
Because that thing's loud and thing's nasty.
Well, I mean, it's like a 521, so
Is that what it is?
for sure.
So we knew it was a 5 something, but we didn't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 521.
Just
Nasty.
like the last garage talk, we heard that car with the big motor
Yeah.
out playing around.
The rat's nest.
Is that what he called it?
That's what the license plate on the front says.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
They built this buggy out of square tubing.
No, I'm talking about Cliff's car.
The car.
Oh, the car.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
you were
my
talking-
cousin Cliff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Badass son of a bitch.
You're talking about Skinny Pedal 2.0.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Square tube.
Yes.
When we seen that, I was like, man, this is some rinky-dink thrown together stuff, but it's actually pretty legit.
Yeah.
You talking about here lately?
Yeah.
I was like, he just put a bigger motor in it.
No, did it?
Yeah.
When did we shoot that? 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
Two
that's the same
weekends?
motor. Okay.
2 weekends? Oh man, I guess while we're just talking about it, I'll go ahead and throw my 2 cents in. If I were given, and I could find it, $5,000, which I'm pretty sure that'd be all my budget, so I'm wheeling this thing stock, would be it was like I'd say it's like 05, 07 Trailblazer SS. So it's got the 6.0 in it.
It's a pig.
But remember when we were just talking about
How much
you want-
tube are we going to have to put around this thing?
You want it to sound good? Remember when we were going
Yeah,
that route?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
where I'm going. So, just I got a buddy that sells catalytic converters, makes all sorts of banks. So we just cut
Did
them
you
off.
say catalytic?
Catalytic.
There you
I'm Cadillac.
go. Right.
But you cut them off at the front side of the catalytic converters. You sell those things, and then you build your budget back up. You know, a couple $100, and you put some tires on it.
You sell the pull-off 20s.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, can I borrow your wheels and tires? So, yeah, Trailblazer SS. You don't see them. I think it'd be cool, just because it was just kind of out of the box. Like, what do you not see? You don't see a lot of things on the trail, but you know what is realistic that you could make happen on the trail. And I think you could have a nice bougie 4-door SUV, but at the same time you could like cut it off at the back doors and cage it, do all your.
See, that reminds me a lot of something that I seen when I was very young and thought it was cool back then. To this day, I still think it's cool. Do you remember the Ultimate Adventure Avalanche?
I don't think so.
So Peterson and Fred and all of them back in the day gave a
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
like 03 3/4 ton Avalanche, had the 8.1 in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. A1 Allison, they swapped in a Atlas, used the factory 14 bolt in the rear, and done a high pinion 60 in the
Was this all
front.
factory?
Yeah,
This Avalanche is factory.
yeah,
No shit.
yeah. It was brand new when they got it. This thing still only has like 26,000 miles on it. You ever watch Dirt Every Day?
Only when I can.
Okay, well it's tan now and it's got some mismatched colored doors on
I'd
it.
have to look it up.
Back in the day, it was red. It was brand new, off the showroom floor.
Wow.
8.1 Allison, 14 bolt. They pulled out the independent front, put a 60 in it, put an Atlas in it. It's huge.
Yeah.
but it's got 496 cubic inches of reason to smile.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it has probably
And it was on-
25-gallon tank.
and it was on, I want to say back then it was on 37s, but it's been on 37s and 40s, and
Probably
it's,
going up.
it's
40
hit
degrees.
every hard trail in the country, and I still to this day, even though I get flamed for it, think it's fucking awesome.
That is cool. No, that is cool. And it's funny you bring that up because after I left Dairy Queen, about a block over, maybe 2 blocks over, there's an avalanche that's lifted sitting there. I was like, you know what? You don't see those on the trail. I was like, that'd almost be cool to talk about, and I'm glad you brought that up because I'd never seen it, and then that's cool. So, what do they come with factory? Like a base model?
A base model would have been a half ton of like a 5.3 and a.
So it is like a truck. It's not.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's not like an
it's
SUV.
built on the truck platform.
Okay, I thought it
It's
was built on
well-
the Trailblazer.
Suburban platform.
Yeah, I had 2 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made them all the way up to 3/4 ton with the 81, and they actually,
I
I don't
didn't
know
know that.
how many they actually made. I know it's prototyped that they were going to put Duramaxes in them, but I
That'd
don't
be
think that ever got
cool.
off the ground.
I think I might have seen one on Instagram. It had a hood stack and everything, but everybody hood stacks the hood.
Yeah,
Which,
which
why
I mean,
not?
If you're going to run exhaust, just run straight up.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly. So, but no, that's. I thought those were like more of an SUV. I've gave those things so much shit over the years because I looked at them and thought, that's a Honda Ridgeline with a cross on the front.
Not too far from it.
Well, it sounds like it's a little bit more than a Ridgeline. So, anything else you? Don't let me interrupt. We're not busy.
Hey, if you want to tell her that
Nope,
this is more important,
if it's
yeah,
the wife, you go for it. No, you got anything?
All-wheel drive Subaru.
Dude,
That would be cool.
I want an Impreza. But I've also,
y'all speaking different language for me. I'm out.
I want a WRX.
You want to rally car?
Yeah, I want to do rally things.
I just meant any cheap Subaru with a boxer motor and a 5-speed and all-wheel drive. Put a set of adapters on it, put razor wheels on it, and go.
All right, well, we know where his $5,000 is going, and I like it.
Hey, it's got a turbo, 4 cylinders, and they go.
Dude, we're gonna throw him on the show from now on.
Can you weld the diff on that?
Yes, you can.
There you go.
Man,
The only thing you gotta change in the front end is there's a piece of plastic up there that's supposed to shear before you mess anything up. That's if you flat toe it. You change that out, she's bulletproof.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Subaru.
I like it. I like it.
That, and then you put your regular wheels back on, you go 160 down the highway.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got a ticket in Kentucky not too long ago. Got invited back.
Like you so much you want to see you again, huh?
Yeah. Hey man, I like your driving style. Come on back.
That's this guy.
I like to party.
We lift for no one
I am president and leader of No Lift Nation.
until you
Until you roll
go on
it.
a power line and then you see the stars and then you come back down and you see
Actually-
the stars and you come back down.
In my usual fashion, I beat on it real hard, wasn't even touching the throttle, and shit happened.
Yeah.
That seems to be pretty much how
So
I
you
do
never
shit.
lift.
Right. If you just stay in it, what can go wrong?
Hashtag never lift.
Yeah.
And it's car body. First hill we
I
hit.
know.
Hit it
I
3
know.
times and then hit it with a big stick.
Yeah. I looked at it, I was like, man, I think. No, shut your mouth. You don't. Don't. So, because, I mean, you went straight up it, and then Levi was right behind you, and what does that thing need in order to just keep up?
What, Levi Sammy?
Yeah.
Bigger motor.
Bigger motor.
I was gonna say, because, I mean, he's touched everything on it. It's just, it doesn't go.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a 2-liter.
I mean, I've got probably one
I
or two at
love
home.
the Sam to death. I've got a lot of hours working on it with him. He's had that thing since No, it seems like, I mean, Parker graduated in '08, and me and him drove it to Parker's graduation and then went wheeling afterwards. So, I mean, it's been around for a hot minute.
Right.
It's got 529 gears in the axles. It's got 6.5 to 1 transfer case, 36s.
No power.
But
and
it keeps up with his
and
Jeep.
4 little
It does
sports.
keep up.
And there's spots where it actually does better than my Jeep.
Yeah.
He threw.
Like
he
that
made sure to
hairpin
throw
turn.
that in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
made sure.
I'll go
You
ahead
remember that
and
one
put out there.
time?
There's spots there. He does excel better than me because he's lighter and he's got smaller axles and he's a little skinnier and yada yada yada. But there's spots where I back up and hit it real fucking hard and it's like, all
Big
right, I'll
stick.
see you on the bypass, you know.
Yeah.
Until they got to that big wall.
But if he's looking at doing a tracker motor swap, which almost doubles the power because he has like 60 now, no shit, and that'll take him up closer to 100 because he's wanting to do a cam swap or hang with it too. So
I mean, 60 horsepower is almost like taking a Mountain Dew bottle and shaking it, cracking the
I've
lid.
rode lawnmowers with that much power. So yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? You want to throw anything in there?
No, my Subaru thing was about all I could
That,
think of.
that's pretty slick.
I'll give you that one.
Hey, Subaru adapters, razor wheels and tires, and it'll go anywhere. Cut the fenders if you got to.
I did see something the other day that I was interested in. I've always thought about putting razor seats in my Jeep, just because they're cheap racing style seats. And I was like, no, that's dumb. You know how much shit I'll get? No, that's dumb. And I watched freaking Busted Knuckle, and he's got a razor seat in his Jeep. I'm like, no, it wasn't dumb. That was.
I've actually done that for a buddy of mine. He's much smaller than me. I need a full size seat, but
Full size dude.
he's a smaller dude and had a smaller rig and a razor seat went in where he already had the holes in it for his harnesses.
Right. That's why I was.
And I think he got them for like $60 for the pair.
Right.
So
Right.
if it works, how much can you hate on it?
If anything works, really, why is anybody hating on anybody?
Right.
I mean, a Subaru with razor wheels, if you were to talk to anybody about that, they'd be like, that's dumb.
Well, the
But
first
if it
time,
works, they can't say nothing.
Right.
the first time I went up to Attica, you wasn't able to go. But
Oh, you went, yes.
there was Subarus up there that was lifted and had mud tires on it. And they was dragging the exhaust off of them, but they was going places.
Right.
See, it's where they need the hood stack.
Exactly. Good
Hey,
stack of
they already
wheels.
got turbos. Just
Just turn it.
right there.
Other way.
Yeah. You're up, pops it down, fine.
Well, we've
And
seen that.
tractor flap with the weight. Ding, 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 ding. There you go.
We've seen that Miata out at Redbird. Excuse me, out at Redbird. This isn't going to be the build of the week that I wouldn't mind having, but there is a car on the marketplace going around I wouldn't mind having. It's like a 95 Corvette on 33s.
I've
That
seen
is
this.
not the
I've
one I
seen
was
it.
thinking you was going.
What do you think I was going with?
The Fiero.
That thing is a bigger pile. That was on the last episode. So after, did you hear it or did you see it?
Yeah.
I went home and it came back across, and the same thing with the Gladiator. Remember the Gladiator I was telling you? They added more pictures. What was a bigger piece of shit? Same with the Fiero. It does not look like the Lamborghini that was pictured in the last episode, because the picture was a Lamborghini and not the Fiero done, because the Fiero is chicken coop and just a big pile of shit. So that's two builds of the week that are not gonna happen. So what were we talking about prior to the Fiero? Oh, the Corvette. No, I think it's cool. I don't know. The dude's got a channel. Can't remember what it is right offhand, but I mean, I wouldn't wheel it. I just drive a lifted Corvette. Why not?
Right.
Well, with that notion, just go get a Cadillac, an old Cadillac land yacht, lift it. It's got a 500 horsepower. It's got a 500 cubic inch motor in it.
I mean, I guess pit vipers and mullets are coming back, so you can have your Corvette.
I can't grow a mullet though. I can barely grow this.
Actually, build of the week thing, I seen something on Marketplace a couple days ago that is another bastard vehicle that you never see, but I think would be awesome. It was a Jeep CJ10 Tugger.
I think I've seen it too.
Yeah, military green.
Vincent's?
Yeah. Got a little 6-cylinder diesel in it.
I've seen that. Yep.
It's got a transfer case in it, but it's 2-wheel drive. I've never seen one out in public before,
They're hideous looking.
but I think it would be awesome if you build a little bob bed for it, put it on,
Yeah,
put it on some tons.
I'm
some
not saying
pulleys.
it couldn't be cool, but this thing, it looks like that bastard child.
Oh yeah, that's that exact words. Yeah.
Ugh. They're not fun to look at.
Well, the first thing you have to go is the fenders.
Yeah. Is that where the Islander and the YJs was inspired from, you think?
I don't know. Well, that came. You're thinking of the Renegade,
Renegade, that's it.
which was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Actually, being a collectible Jeep now, which I'll never understand why. But
Because
yeah.
you don't see them.
Because everybody took them fender flares off and threw them in the trash and burnt them.
I don't blame them. They're so bad, but if, like, we were talking about having stupid money, I wouldn't mind having maybe a blue one tucked away in the corner. It would be sitting in the corner, not, I'd have, the nice CJ7 or something sitting in front of it to block the view of that.
So it could rest away and not hurt nobody else. That's a good idea.
Exactly. But I, watching Dennis Collins, I think I came across the LJ episode. He said that those are going to be
Yes.
or they
Yeah,
are.
They're
collectible.
going to be the next collectible.
Which sucks because, well, it doesn't suck, but the price tag on a LJ right now is stupid.
Well, I'm going to go back to this, which Dennis Collins also said this too. But they were never cheap.
No, he mentioned that.
But you got to figure a Corvette and a '81 Scrambler were within $1,000 of each other,
That's what he said. Yeah.
and it's still true today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at the new Gladiators.
Scrambler.
Right. They cost more than my Super Duty,
They cost more than my house.
and I paid $43,000 for my Super Duty.
Paid that for my house.
So, right.
It's 09 house, by the way. It's not a shithole, I promise.
It's a real nice crack house.
This is my crack side of town.
But they were never cheap, and that's like I start bitching about these TJs, which I fell ass first into mine. I got a rust-free, dent-free TJ, stupid Jeep.
Was dent free.
Keyword.
Everything was dented one bolt. Okay. So, yeah,
But then you cut the hood and then you cut the rear. So I mean,
got it on one bolt.
how much of it is still TJ?
The frame, the cowl,
The dash.
the dash,
The grill.
the floorboards.
Transmission.
The grill's actually been modified.
It has, hasn't it?
Yes.
For the
Yeah,
winch.
for the winch. But hey, you can't buy everything. Sometimes you just gotta move a little metal around.
I like that. I like that thought.
A little primer, a little paint.
So your bill of the week's this J10?
Yeah,
Is that what you call it?
CJ10.
Okay. Do you
Yes,
know, do you know what the marketplace is?
Yes, I do. I found a 72 FJ40,
And the price tag on it was
$3,000.
no shit.
But it's rusted out.
Factory
Oh, yeah.
option rust.
Right.
It's an
But
FJ40.
you want me to?
No, you're right. I do.
So-
But all I'm getting at is an FJ40 is like, especially a price tag like that, is like a unicorn, a Sasquatch riding a unicorn.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you found one, tell me about it.
So like it's a rust bucket that it'd be after seeing I forget his name. I'm sorry. The when we all went to Attica, the blue one.
Blue one.
Oh yeah.
Tons.
After seeing
yeah.
that kind of
Mhm.
that was pretty cool.
Which that one was also, he said it was the nicest one he'd ever seen, but the nicest one he'd ever seen was still full of rust. So the only thing he really used was like the hood, the grill, and the cowl, and everything else he'd cut
That
up and
thing
made his own.
Yeah,
So-
that thing was sharp though. I can't remember his name. Hatfield? Was his last name Hatfield or something like that? I can't remember. I'll insert a picture right here.
I couldn't tell you his name. I know exactly how it's
Right.
built, but
Dude, that thing was sharp. I rode in the back of it. That thing was, it was nice. And FJ40s that would be a nice one to build, but like, I think your seats broke.
Yeah.
Well, there he goes.
I'm falling. But I'm gonna sit in it still. But no, I mean FJ40 is nice, and it's one of those mythical builds that you get on Marketplace much.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you got a build that you seen that would be like cool and
Yeah, sitting in my shop.
man, you're acting
K20
like him.
on dualies.
You're acting like him.
136 dualies.
There's
That's
nothing.
badass.
There's nothing on the old Marketplace that just strikes your interest.
Dom's boosted Bronco, but I do it a little better.
Yeah, like maybe put body mounts on it.
Put a cab in
So,
the frame.
so the freaking thing doesn't sit like this. Maybe straighten some panel. I can't find it, but I could probably go on and on.
Okay, when he first got it, it was really nice.
I'm sure.
It was pretty nice, but Indiana and salt it didn't belong. I like his Broncos.
I mean, it's cool. I hate how we.
Okay, how many Broncos have you ever seen with a Power Stroke? You know,
How many people do you know that actually want that?
If you. I was gonna say if you're talking about in person, one, but I've seen a couple of them.
I said I want that.
Actually, I have
seen one that had a
seen several Broncos.
I've seen one that had 6.0 in it.
I've seen several Broncos with the 7.3 diesel in it, and they were this thing called factory. Centron Conversions used to make the 4-door Broncos, and they made a 3/4 and a 1-ton version, and they had 7.3s, ton axles, but they were a 4-door conversion. They used a crew cab F350 and grafted Bronco in the back of the
I'll say,
cab.
if I had a Bronco and I was to do it, I'd put one of the new 5.0 V8 Cummins out of a Titan in it.
I don't know a damn thing about those Titans. I know that they. So, without going on a huge rant, does Cummins have a contract with both Ram and Titan?
Yes.
I think they actually done away with the Titans. I don't think
'Cause
it's-
they didn't
Yeah, they
sell?
don't have it anymore, but
Yeah.
they still have their contract because
But-
it's the build base.
Yeah, Cummins sells motors to whoever can buy it.
Yeah, but
Right.
they have to still produce that V8 for so long for
Right.
parts.
Right. Man, it's like, hey, we're gonna leave a platform that we've been with forever to go to a platform that nobody's been with for how long?
Cummins
Two,
is-
3 years?
For V8s?
No, for the
Oh.
those were V8s.
Yeah.
You guys have been saying this the whole time. I've just kind of
Yeah,
overlooked that.
yeah, they were 5-liter V8s.
No
5-liter
shit.
V8. I'll say Cummins has always had a V8, the triple nickel Cummins.
Really?
And that
Mine-
mostly found in sprayers and any
Farm
junkyard,
equipment.
any junkyard with a rod hanging out the side.
Yeah.
But
So boosted Bronco. What year? Anything that specific year?
I'm a 70s model guy.
I don't blame
I
you.
would take a 65 though,
Yeah.
Why 65?
because I like that body style.
I agree.
Yeah, but that went from 65 to 77.
It did.
Well,
You're being
Well,
awful
it did.
specific for the same goddamn thing.
interior's different, but
What interior? There
I
was
know,
a metal dash, a steering wheel, and 2 fucking seats.
pretty much any Bronco, as long as it's not
There
a
you
Bronco.
go. There
As
you
long as
go.
it's not a Bronco 2 or
Yeah.
Anybody
No,
Bronco.
actually-
Hey, I like Bronco too. So
actually,
you can piss off.
I think a Bronco 2 with a 4-cylinder Perkins in it would be pretty badass.
I think a
Out of
Bronco
a Massey
2,
Ferguson tractor.
a Bronco 2 wouldn't be bad, especially where we run trails. I think if you were to build it up, right, maybe not full width axles,
8.8 and
or
30 in
why,
front.
why not full with axles?
so then you can keep up with the razors. Build something to keep
Who
up
Have you
cares
with
seen
the
the
about
razors?
razors?
They're wider than my Jeep now.
and they're still running down the razor trails.
Sometimes. I've taken my Jeep down the razor trails.
Really?
Yeah.
Everybody I know with a Razor puts long arm kits on. Widens them out, and they're done. So
I seen razors at the whole wall and had bigger tires than my Jeep, which I thought was horseshit.
for that MX-3,
No, a guy had 37-inch boggers on his freaking X3.
I must have
that's not a
missed
Razor, that's Can-Am though.
that. Did you see the?
Dude, it's a side by side.
Did you see?
Last time I checked, Razor doesn't have 230 horsepower.
Shit, one hand Anyway.
One thing I've wanted a side by side for some time now, and after riding with Tucker the other day, he threw a belt for no reason. Like he was at the bottom of a hill and we were getting ready to take off up it. He wasn't. I'm crazier in the Jeep, and this dude just the belt's done. It's like that's shit.
He also didn't follow me up car bike.
No, he didn't. I was really hoping to. I was like, dude, let's do this, and he takes off down the other way. I'm like, oh, okay. I wanted to go up the hill and back down.
Which we could pay full price for my TJ and build a Nest that would be cheaper than a Razor.
I was gonna say, it's still cheaper than Razor.
Oh, I know. But I have found that if I were to try to pursue, and this is me, I want a Maverick. Everybody wants a Maverick, I think. But the Talon,
I was gonna say, the Honda Talon came out.
it's got a
like
3-speed training.
guns blazing.
Yeah. Did you see the blue one out there?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing sounded gnarly.
Jim Rogers has got one.
Yeah.
There's one that was running around Sullivan the other night, had the lighted lips and everything,
Was it 4-door?
maybe.
Because there's one with a
This one's
4-door,
2.
and the dude said it's completely stock, and that thing will do just as much as an X3.
Yeah, it's lifted and has 36, 37.
The one thing that I was confused about is the Honda Talon, the 2-door doesn't have like a line lock type of deal, like where you just hold
Really?
the pedals in and then you take off. But the 4-door does. It has like a sports mode. Why would you put
So
that in the 4-door?
I hate to be a party pooper, but we're gonna have to go, or
We gotta go
you're
get your
never
old
gonna
lady.
see me again.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap this up. So,
Sounds good.
the build of the week I found was a '53 Chevy. It was already lifted. It had 35s, I think, on it. I'd probably just drive it around. I doubt if I'd see off road, but it's not what this is all about. So, I think I came across the CJ7 mild build. I think it'd be kind of cool. That's all I really have. I found the 53 and we gotta wrap this thing up.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Hubble episode of Shop Talk. Jeremy's got some projects over off to the side. He also has another one that'll be posted after this is posted because I kind of want this to be a more priority than the shit we've got in queues. No offense to you.
That's
but
fine.
I've got one in the queue and it's gonna be way after yours. So, you got your truck you're working on.
Yep.
You got anything else you're working on?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Jeep's still in the trailer.
Jeep's still in the trailer.
You got a what year did you say?
78.
78 with all these fancy parts that rewind and you'll know. So that's all we got for you. So I've been Lincoln
I'm Jeremy.
Hubble.
Colton.
and we'll try to have these two back on more often, but we'll see you in the next one. Later folks.
All right, we got all ass.
Later buddy.
We're gonna get cut already.
Sorry.